What's going on with Paramount's Star Trek film franchise? Well, don't ask any of the fans as they got very furious in the past years. It's been 7 years since the development started and we're still waiting for the fourth movie to come. But is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Well, stay here and find out. Let's start with a short recap of what happened in the last movie and what was happening with the franchise in the past years.
Check the comms for survivors.
I kept it.
Who is he?
His name is Kroll.
With 13 movies so far and a history from 1966, the Star Trek franchise is one of the biggest film series that ever lived. It still lives.
When are you gonna get off that milk diet, lad?
This is vodka. Scotch? Aye. It was invented by a little old lady from Leningrad.
The revenue that these films made in the past almost 50 years are over $2.2 billion. So many awards, so many nominations, and so many actors, and we just can't get enough. Since 2016, when the third film of the rebooted series was released, fans have been impatiently waiting for a continuation of the saga. Star Trek Beyond was maybe not as huge as the previous two films from 2009 and 2013, but it did meet the fans' expectations. Directed by Justin Lin and written by Simon Pegg and Doug Jung, the movie managed to gross over $343 million worldwide against a budget of $185 million. The movie brought back Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto as Captain James T. Kirk and Commander Spock. It has a solid 7.0 rating on IMDb and a great 86% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. The movie was sadly the final outing for the late Anton Yelchin in the role of the Russian officer Chekhov, a part in the franchise to which he gave a different charm.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
I know this saying. It was invented in Russia.
Also, for the first time in any Star Trek movie, we saw a gay relationship between Sulu and a civilian from outside Starfleet, and they also have a child. Once again, the real star in the movie is First Officer Spock, without whom this would be only an ordinary movie. His logical calmness and humor, with his raised eyebrow, give the movie a soul.
You will always be a child of two worlds. I am grateful for this.
This is a very decent and watchable episode. Maybe not as much as some previous ones that you want to watch over and over again, but still worth all the attention. There's a new evil force in the form of an anti-Starfleet. The leader of this new enemy is Kroll, who's played by the incredible Idris Elba. Enterprise and our crew will be sent on a rescue mission after an escape pod drifts out of a nearby uncharted nebula. Its occupant, Kalara, claims that her ship is stranded on Altamid, a planet in the nebula, but once the crew lands there, they'll be attacked by a swarm of small ships, which will tear Enterprise apart. The leader of this swarm, Kroll, and hit that like button below the video right now. No really, Kroll and his soldiers enter the ship and kill many crew members. Captain Kirk, who by the way applied for a promotion to Vice Admiral, will order his crew to abandon the ship, which will leave the disintegrating Enterprise saucer section to crash on Altamid. So Kirk and his crew are marooned in alien territory, and how this will end? Well, you better watch the movie if you still haven't done it by now. Now for the most annoying part for the fans, the development of the fourth installment of the rebooted franchise film series. Everything went well in 2017 when Quentin Tarantino proposed the idea for a new Star Trek film to producer J.J. Abrams, and so the development began separately from the Beyond sequel. In May 2019, Tarantino confirmed that the script for his Different Time Zone movie is done and he would return to the project after the release of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that July. Meanwhile, Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth decided to leave the project, and by January 2020, Tarantino decided to not direct his Star Trek film. There was also an attempt for a Beyond sequel, which was supposed to be directed by S.J. Clarkson, the first female director of any Star Trek movie. This project was also cancelled by January 2019. Noah Hawley was next on the list, who was hired to direct the fourth movie in November 2019, but his job didn't move further either. The latest try was made with director Matt Shakman, who also left the film due to a schedule conflict, even though the negotiations for the return of Pine and the rest of the main cast started in February 2022. So from what we know now is that Paramount hasn't stopped the project and they're again on a rush to find a new director. It'll definitely be a Beyond sequel, and the script is written by Josh Friedman and Cameron Squires and Lindsey and Geneva Robertson-Dworet. I know that I'll make you even more furious, but right now we can't speak about any release date, but the good thing is that Paramount is still not giving up on the project. I suppose we'll have a better clue how things will go until the end of 2023, or maybe even earlier. Recently, Shakman spoke for Weintraub, where he said that he couldn't reveal much about the plot of the fourth film. According to him, Paramount is still working on the same version that he has been working on for the time that he was involved, so I guess this is a promising update. And what about the cast for the potential fourth movie? Well, nothing has been easy about getting Star Trek 4 off the ground. That also includes bringing back the original cast. We know that Pine and Hemsworth both signed for a fourth film in 2016, but they walked away from the project over pay disputes. When J.J. Abrams announced in February 2022 that things are finally moving forward, he also mentioned that the original cast crew will return.
Fear of death is what keeps us alive.
And that's where the drama started. Even though the actors were the last to find out, Pine was glad about the news and smashed that subscribe button and hit that notification bell below the video. No, really, the actor told Variety that he's ready for it after he'll get the script. In the same opinion is Carl Urban, who told the UK Radio X that he's 100% ready to come back. Sophia Boutelle, who portrayed Jayla, has also expressed her interest in returning to the next movie. I would love to see Jayla involved with all of the guys. I would love to go back to her. I love her a lot, said the actress via Fandom Spotlight. However, what worries the fans the most is Zachary Quinto's interview for The Independent in November 2022, when he said that at this moment, he has only a little attachment to the movie. All of us would like to come back and make another movie, but I've learned to only get excited about things I know are actually real. And there's nothing about a fourth Star Trek movie that feels real right now, said the actor. And what kind of story can Star Trek 4 bring to the big screens?
If you choose to do this, you're on your own.
Wait. Let her go. She's lost people too, Captain.
I already mentioned that there have been many script variants in the past years, but so far no plot details for the upcoming fourth movie have been revealed. Of course, it'll take us after the events of the 2016 movie, and from what we know so far, the one thing that this movie won't explore is a reunion between Captain Kirk and his father George that should involve time traveling. About this version of the script that made it far enough through development to actually reach the actor, Hemsworth explained how he felt in an interview with Josh Horowitz. It wasn't what I was thinking it would have been or could have been, and I thought, oh cool, let's figure that out and keep going. And then I think everyone just got busy and so on. It'd be a bit weird now to flashback to your father, and why is he so much older than when he died, said the actor. On the other hand, what fans would like to see in the next movie is a proper farewell to Kelvin cast and a whole new beginning for the series in the future. Also, they would like to see Kelvin Klingons back and a continuation of Jayla's story.
Decided not to wear the sash after all.
Officially, there is no House of Moog in the Empire, so I saw little point in wearing its emblem on a Klingon ship.
As we're still far away from an official announcement for the movie, or better to say from a new official announcement, I think this is enough for now. Until further notice, thanks for watching and see you next time.